This is Stephen K4ATZ. K4ATZ. Take out the 4 and you got the word cats, which is my last name. But anyways, I saw on YouTube a ham operator from California who did a to-go box, which I thought was pretty cool. And I thought, well, with 212, the end of the world coming up, to-go box would be a good thing. But even if that didn't happen, it'd be good to be able to take my ham station or a ham station downstairs to the family room where I am now, or on a picnic or wherever. So I liked the basic video that the guy did, but I thought even further about how we could do some improvements. So I want to show you my version of the to-go box, and I'm going to point out some of the things that I think are important, at least important to me. The first situation is this amateur used a gator box. They're used in the music industry and they have a rack system. And I thought that was the best box to use. But his box was called a 6U, the 6 being the height of it. They're all standard 19-inch across. And he said it was like 50-something pounds. And I was like, wow, you know, that's heavy if you don't have any kind of back issues or issues. And I'm unable to lift a lot of weight, and because of some history of some health issues. So I found that when I went on the website that Gator cases sell them with wheels. They sell the 6U with wheels. It's called the Pro 6U. But then I thought the handle like a suitcase and the wheels, that eliminates the problem of having to pick it up. But then I thought, well, you know, what do you do with your connectors and your pencil and paper, you know, all that stuff that you need? And I thought, wow, I wonder if they have drawers. Well, sure enough, they sell drawers. So I got the 8, the Pro 8, which is a little bit larger, and I got it so that I could put a drawer. And they come in units, 1U being the 1 unit, 2U, 3U, 4U. The difference in the drawer, 1U drawer was 1.75 inches, and a 2U was 3.5 inches. So I got the 2U, which worked out good. Now the other thing was, when I got it, the 6U only has 4 of the latches. The 8U being bigger has 8, which is more stable. But I kept turning these things going, this is the hardest thing in the world to turn. There's got to be a trick to it. Well, I figured it out today, and I mean, I felt like an idiot, but these little things flip out. And when they flip out, then you can turn it easy. When they're flat, sure they're hard. They're very difficult to lock. Well, this makes it very easy to lock it into place. And so that way, you flip them out, open it, you can flip them back, but that makes it so they don't break off. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and show you. I've already taken the back off because we'll show you that in a minute. But I figured rather than show you how I make it, because you can watch his video with the shelves and everything, I'll show you what I put in it and why I put in it, and like I've already been doing so far. So here at the bottom you see the drawer, and this is a key drawer. It does lock, and I don't know, I guess, you know, you can get them unlocked, but I will tell you this: if you decide to get a to-go box that has wheels, you got to be very careful about, you see there it locks, you got to be very careful, because if these drawers come in different depths. In other words, not the width, because that's standard, and not the height, because that's 2U, but the depth. Because in the back there's a wheel well, just like inside of a car. And if you get one that's too long, it's not going to fit on the bottom. You can fit it up on top, but usually the drawers go on the bottom. It makes more sense. I think so. So I measured that, and the maximum depth you can get is 14 inches, which they make, probably because of that. So I bought a 14-inch deep drawer. I wanted one that had some size to it. I would have liked a deeper drawer, but this is fine, and I've got all kinds of stuff. You can even fit a buddy stick package in this drawer for your antenna system. But I've got patch cords, pencil and pen. I've got my owner's manual for the radios that I have. And just like the other guy, I used a Yaesu 857. It does have 2 meter and 440 capability, but I'm only using it for HF here. And then I've got a new Yaesu FT 2900. Goes up to 75 watts for 2 meters. I thought about a dual band, but just didn't want to drop that much money right now because everything else adds up, these shelves and everything. Plus I have a space here. If I want to put an underneath mount, I can always put a separate 440 rig. But I have a 440 rig with the 857. I have to find my duplexer and everything. And then of course I had this in the car at one point, and I put the Yaesu speaker, and then I got another speaker I found on eBay. It's a Motorola speaker to use with the actual 2 meter. So the cool thing is, too, I put one of these things like he did on the top. It's a power strip in the back. It's got one here, and then the new one, the M-8LX. The old models didn't do this, but the new ones, they had the light, but they stayed on all the time. Whereas this, you can hear it click when you pull it out, and they turn. So you can direct your light, and you have a dimmer control too. And this is really cool because not only do the radios light up, but this is a really neat option to have, because at night if you're writing in your logbook or whatever, I just think it's really neat. And that's one thing that I wanted to stay with that the other amateur had put. But I got the drawer, and I've got the power outlet strip, and then I went with this is a new MFJ 30 amp switching supply. It's very small. It's got a fan that you can't even hear, and it's got banana plugs in the back, but I plugged in banana plugs, and on the other end I have the Anderson power poles. So that is really cool, and I'll go ahead and turn this on, and we'll put it on 20 meters just so get things going here. So in a minute I'll show you how this works. So basically those are some of the differences that I put in. We're going to turn it around in a minute. I'll show you. I did buy the YT100 tuner because of this radio does not have a built-in tuner, and it's going to be good for portable use if you have a wire or a dipole. That way you can expand it to use on other bands. And this is cool because it takes the power from the radio. It has a cat cord that comes with it. And I've never had an automatic tuner, except the rigs, excuse me, you know, like the built-in ones. But I've never had an external automatic one, and so far I'm real pleased with this LDG one. It was very reasonably priced, under 200 bucks, and it just seemed to work real good.
But every now and then I'll turn on in the morning and just listen in.
Again, I've also got the 2 meter, and this radio's got great audio. And with this Motorola,
if you give me a signal report, I'd be most grateful. I am
great thing. I just have a mag mount on the metal stair railing here.
Out here already, and I wonder how much.
And anyways, so let's just see what we got. Not a lot going on right now. Go ahead and tune that part. So this is cool because we have a master on the main, and my ham station is upstairs in a closet, which is fine. But sometimes I just want to have fun, you know, down here, and I enjoy spending time with my wife, and she's a ham also. So I had some equipment up on the shelf. I don't know if you can see a 2 meter rig, and then again, just 2 meter stuff. But with this, I can bring it downstairs, and what I did was I put an end-fed antenna, and I've got a diamond through the window. You can close the window and it goes real flat, and so it's just a short end-fed, like 50-something feet, but I've talked all over the world already with it, and I just undo the cable, and it's a patch cord, so you know I can clean it all up if you have guests, and then I can bring it down here when I want to do some hand work and still spend time with my wife. And it's just, I'm really pleased how it turned out. So let's turn it around. I'm going to go ahead and turn off, just to make sure we don't have any shorts or nothing. And I'll go ahead and turn it around so you can see some of the stuff that I did to the inside. I'll have to unplug it and be a little careful because the mag mount is underneath it. So on the back, rather than get one of those expensive rig runners, what I did is they sell another little device, and it's called a Red D2 Connect. You can connect up to 6 Anderson pole things. Now the important thing is, unlike a rig runner, this is not fused. So it's important, if you use this, to use the wires that come with your radio that are fused, because you do want to keep it protected. And we'll take a stop right there. Okay, so here's the inside. I got the camera so you can see the PowerWorks distribution, which is a lot more reasonably priced than the rig runner. You can see the back of the power supply is banana plugs, but I've got those going into here. And then right now the only thing I have to have are 2 of them. I could have bought one that has less supplies, but this gives me plenty of room to expand if I have a lit meter, or if I ever get a different tuner that requires voltage. This tuner, as I said, gets the voltage from the radio with the cable. Now, the one good thing about having the short shelf is not only does it stay away from the wheel well right here, as you can see, but it gives me room right here where I can put extra wire, extra cable. And what I did was, instead of having to reach in there, I've got a patch cord, and then I put a UHF female to female on the end, so it's easier to get to. I need to do that with my 2 meter also, because it's just so far back in there. And I know some hams do half a rack so they can mount stuff in the back, but I didn't find any reason to have to do that. In fact, the way this thing's developed, it slid on this little lip. This part right here was able to slide up on there, and I almost didn't have to put screws, but I put screws and a bolt, so it's on there, it's not going to come off. And then a lot of hams don't address the grounding issue, and while this station works fine without a ground downstairs, I am going to figure out whether it's to the cold water pipe or bringing in a wire from outside. So what I did was, first I wasted some money on some copper plates to use as a ground bus on eBay. I spent about 40 bucks, but then I found for about $6, I found a small electrical ground bus for a small electrical panel. I was like, doggone, I could have saved some money. So I bought that, and lo and behold, it lines up with these back rack shell mounts. Now when you buy this, it does not come with the rear ones. However, they usually have a certificate that you can send in. You have to pay the shipping handling, it's like $9.99, and they'll send you the back rack at no cost. And you know, they're not cheap if you go to buy them. Now, caution, if you have the model with the wheels, because when I got mine, I had 2 that were just cut straight across the bottom. This side, because it has a wheel well there, would not fit. So I had to call them, and they had to cut one and send it. And the reason I knew is because I looked at the front, because I realized it was not going in flat. And I don't know if you can see it because it's a little dark, but it's cut at a 45-degree angle right here, and I didn't have anything. This is some hard steel, but I put it up there. Even though this sticks out, the top has a lip, so you can have stuff sticking out, is my point. And anyway, so I've got braided wire, and I've just attached it to the mobile mount of the 2 meter, of course the ground of the tuner, and I've just taken a lug off the HF rig and grounded it as well. Come to here, and then I have this cable that I can use for a ground. Or what I found on eBay is, it's really cool. I don't know if it's going to work very good or not, because it's not very deep, and from my understanding, grounds have to be pretty deep to work properly. So I want to show you this thing because it's a very interesting thing, and I thought I had it in my drawer, but you see I already have a lot of stuff in my drawer. But yeah, I do have it right here. So this thing is a military item. Actually, I got it on eBay. It's only about $10, $6 handling or shipping, but it's got a lug on it. But it's a military issue ground rod. It's made out of brass, so I can hook this directly to here. I keep it in my drawer. That way, if I'm somewhere, at least I have some sort of ground set up. Because really, your results are going to be a lot better if you ground your station. It's extremely important to have that. So I just keep that in my drawer along with all my books and stuff. And I have now the situation where he didn't show his ground. Now, one thing I'm missing that he had was battery supply. However, I'm going to get the company, the PowerWorks, West Mountain. They make the product that will run your station off the DC, charge your battery at the same time, and if you lose power, it will switch over. And I'm going to get one of those, but for right now I'm fine. And I'm probably going to get, and you can see up here, all the outlets. There's like 7 or 8, so I have plenty of electrical power, and it has a longer cord. And I also bought a 40-foot green cord that I could even fit in the back here. There's plenty of room. Box it all up, and between the drawer and the room in the back, I've got plenty of room for accessories and antennas and whatnot. So I hope you like my video. And just turn it around. I'll have to do maybe a little editing of it, but I hope you like my to-go box. I'm looking forward to it. I've already had it down here, and I was talking to Portugal and Trinidad and Tobago and Croatia, I think it was, quite a few countries last night, and I was making it through the pile-ups, and I was just with that in-fed antenna. So if you have any questions, post them down below, or you can email me. I'll try to stay on top of the comments and questions, but I think it's a project. I had a lot of fun building it, and you can customize it however you want, and you can put all kinds of different radios in it. It doesn't have to be these particular ones. If you know the right people, you can even get a Yaesu hat, but have fun with your to-go kit. I really enjoy mine, and it's just like a secondary ham station for me. This is K4ATZ saying 73s.